Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So, welcome to Biz Chicks TV. I'm here with my co host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Oh, we've got a topic for you today. It's Monday, so it's time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. We invite you to sit back, relax, get your favorite hydration. Your coffee, your tea, water is good. And join the conversation today. We're going to be talking about all about you and how you can do business better. How you doing, Fran?
I am doing very well. I am playing in the sandbox, as it were. TJ, we got our spaces over on Twitter, so I am going to do that one as
Okay.
well. And today we're talking about, sharing your stories of victory. Did you notice and celebrate the win? That's what we're talking about today. Did you notice and celebrate the win? We are all doing business and we are running, and we had 2020 and now it's 2021, and the first quarter of 2021 is just about over in a
Mm-hmm.
couple of weeks here. Did you stop? Some people say stop to smell the roses. We're asking you, did you stop to notice and celebrate the win? Hey, Yolanda, we got Dryer Buzz in the house. We got Sharon, who is new. This looks like Sharon Lewis.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sharon, how you doing? And then Jamar, welcome. So we just,
Asks, is that Jamar Curtin?
I'm not sure. Let me see if this is, yes, it is Jamar Curtin.
How you doing, Jamar?
Yeah, so Jamar,
I'm just learning this clubhouse.
yeah, we are all learning Clubhouse. I
So I
think,
guess you can hear me.
yes, we can hear you.
Good morning.
Yes, I can hear her. How you doing,
Yolanda,
Jamar? It's good to have you in the house. We've got Pat Murray over here on the live stream, all the
hey,
way
Pat.
from North Carolina. How you doing, Pat?
And this is going to be a real interesting day today.
Yes, it is.
Did you notice and celebrate the win? And there's two questions. The first part of that question, did you notice that you won? Because a lot of times we're so busy working, we didn't notice that, oh, we did gain a victory in whatever that was. I did get a new client. Oh, I did have a sale.
Okay.
So did you notice? And did you notice the win? Let's start there. Did you notice that you won? Anybody want to jump in?
Well, while we're waiting for someone to raise their hand or to put their win in the chat. I noticed this morning I had started a new business, and someone placed an order, and I hadn't been in the back office to check it out, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that I had made money on this new endeavor. It was really cool, but I hadn't stopped to notice, Fran, since we're talking about noticing it. And then Pat over here on the live stream says, this morning I showered with a new rose scented body wash. The scent was so powerful, it almost knocked me out. Oh, did you hear that, Dryer Buzz? She says her new shower gel almost knocked her out. Was that a win for you, Pat? Oh my goodness.
Did you notice the win? Here lately, earlier today when we were talking about this, did you notice the win, and did you celebrate it? We talked about the fact that we do need to notice the wins, the little things, not just the big, fantastic,
Okay.
spectacular. The small win would have been, it could be things that you're grateful for. Okay, I saw the sunrise this morning. I was able, the wins, the little wins in your life that makes little wins for you, like Pat's rose scented shower gel.
Exactly. And Sharon says over here on the live stream, Sharon Lewis says, I woke up enthusiastic. Praise God. That is a win, guys. You know, because we have been.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yolanda, go ahead and jump in.
I want to get your help on how to celebrate this win, because let me tell you, when I started Dryer Buzz, actually this weekend, or the 13th, was the 19th year anniversary of DryerBuzz.com, right? But the 12th is my daughter's birthday. So there have been certain milestones with Dryer Buzz that I've not openly, been completely celebrated, simply because it would detract from me having to, or what I'm supposed to do as mom, right? So this weekend, we had like a full weekend of my daughter. We ended Sunday with a old school soul food Sunday. We had a nice potluck at her house. At the same time, reason why I woke up like, wait a minute, oh wow, people keep asking me, they would always ask me else to have these big business stuff, celebrations. And I'm like, no, can't do it, right? So another business celebrated us in that they put us on a billboard in the city this weekend.
Woo-hoo!
And I got a chance to go down and take pictures of it, and I posted it, but I left it alone because, okay, I got to go do birthday stuff, right? Like, I came back and I logged on, and I'm like, there's all these congratulations and all this stuff, and and I couldn't really be elated about it because the whole mommy guilt. This is what I'm getting at. The whole mommy guilt, right? And so what I've been trying to figure out is how do I need to pick another moment. Like, what I've done over the years is I would go by kind of like the editorial calendar and say, oh, well, even though we started here, our real season is here. And so the celebration is kind of delayed so that it doesn't coincide with my daughter's birthday. So, but at the same time, there are those, I still marked it by posting about it. And now there are all these congratulations. And I woke up like, oh, I forgot. That's a win to be doing something for 19 years. And this is our 20-year countdown. And, it's like, how do I go back and celebrate that without having the moment of one is, because it's been a real competition. Okay. Having this, because the day I had the idea was on my daughter's birthday 19 years ago. And so every year, there's the which one is mommy gonna, pay a little bit more attention to. And so I made sure this weekend to shut it all down and be about, and this is my oldest, so there's a whole other dynamic there. But it's a win.
Yeah, it is.
It's a real win.
Yeah, it is. And can I interrupt for a second?
Please.
Dryer Buzz. I like what you just said about the story of how you started your business. That's something you need to share online. I know you couldn't share it, this weekend, but you can share it today. Like, this weekend I celebrated the 19th anniversary, and I want to tell you how it started because it has to do with something personal, my daughter, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I really think you should celebrate that milestone because that's a big one. And then you tied it in with the story of how I started what I'm doing today. And here I am. See?
And then you celebrated both wins, your daughter and the business. It's a win-win. Oh, there we go. We don't have to pick one or the other.
Exactly.
Or one above the other. It's a win-win.
And how about this? How about
win-win? It's a win-win. That was my point.
It seems like as women, we always have to choose,
Well, Dryer Buzz, I want to say this. This is Terralina. I want to say that you could celebrate at the beginning of the month the fact that this is the month that you started the business. Then when your daughter's birthday comes, there's no competition. It's already out there and people are helping you to celebrate the month. And then you take the time to celebrate your daughter's birthday on that specific day, if that's how y'all do it. But you don't have to abandon the win. You just change when you begin to celebrate it. Because the whole month could be a celebration.
And I have a thing. When I celebrate a birthday, it's a whole 30-day celebration. It's not one day. And if I'm celebrating a business milestone, like 19 years in the business, I'm celebrating that too. We just had a 41st anniversary at the church. And so it was on March 9th, but they celebrated it March 15th. But that celebration is going to go on all year. When you get to 19 years in the business, Yolanda, you celebrate that all year long. Some people don't make 19 minutes in a business.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's monumental. We need to celebrate that because a lot of people have started businesses in the last 12 months or the last 24 months and they've given up or something happened and they had to abandon the business. So that's why I was saying you don't have to celebrate it just on that day. You can celebrate it this whole week with different ways of forming it and saying why you're in the business and what keeps you going and how do you feel about this and that. That's what I'm saying. You can still celebrate it. You don't have to. Doesn't have to be the day up. That's something monumental, and it needs to be celebrated as a win-win. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm. I like that, the win-win. Thank you, ladies. So I know I can bring it to you guys. Y'all would get me on the right track.
And then one of the things that I talked about on our mastermind recording this morning was you get a composition book from the Dollar Tree or somewhere, and you record the wins, small and great. Anytime you have something, oh, I got a new client, or like I have to celebrate a win and I got to document it, write the story of the win. The story was my client was looking for a house and we've been looking and they're getting outbidded here in California. You put a bid in, stuff is going over the asking price by $40,000.
Yes.
And she just said, you know what? I want this particular house and I'm not going to look at anything else because I believe I have this particular house. So she said, we're not going to look at nothing else. I believe we have this house. So I'm like, okay, I'm agree with you. And we had put the offer in. It was a bidding situation first. So she was one of the top 3 bidders for the house. Then they called and said, okay, so how much do you want to bid? And da-da-da-da-da. She put in her bid. And then I called to check on it. And they said, well, we got a contract with the other people. They came in higher. And so, that's where it is. And she still go look at another house. I got a call the next week. Oh, they backed out. They got cold feet. Is your buyer still interested? So now she's in contract on the house that she really, really wanted. But that's a win when she could have walked away, because there's so many and we were looking at hundreds of homes, literally, over this last 6 months or so. But she won by just like, you know what, I want this one. And so I'm writing that story of that win. It's her win, but it's also my win. And then, so my point is this, write it down in a book. And then when you see the wins, you're encouraged to keep moving. Oh, I increased my price point and people bought it. I did this, so I got on social media. We are on Twitter Spaces, TJ. There's so many wins. So today is a win for us because we got our Twitter Spaces invite, whatever it was. I didn't get one individually, but
I don't see you
on BizChix. It's on on the BizChix, not on my.
Because I follow
BizChix.
Right, but it
No, I
says,
follow BizChix on Twitter, so it should be at the top. I don't see it.
okay, well,
And you can be on both places at the same time. That's awesome.
oh, well, you know how I do stuff. I got an iPad and I got a phone.
Okay, that's what you're doing. All right, now I see it. Let's see what happens if I join.
While you guys are talking about this, Pat Murray, in regard to her win with the shower body wash, she says, "I guess you could call it a win. I survived the shower, and I smell like a rose."
Yes.
Well
And
done.
I see you over there too. So what I would say is notice your wins, even the very small ones. Notice the little ones, notice the bigger ones, the medium-sized ones, the micro wins, the macro wins. Notice a win. A win is anything that you, an expected outcome that you were looking for.
Mm.
Did you notice that you had a win?
There you go.
We're here in 2021 talking about the wins. And then not getting stuck in, oh, it's not working, or I didn't get exactly what I wanted. Did you get some part of what you wanted?
Okay.
I have a little bit to say about that, about celebrating very small wins, because this weekend I had a burst of inspiration and I bought a bunch of domains. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is, because a domain is the gateway to you starting a new business online. And you can buy them and hold on to them. And when you're ready, like you were saying about planting seeds, when you're ready, you can start working on it and grow those domains and start your business. So, I mean, I didn't see it at the win, but I was like, okay, I bought a bunch of domains this weekend. And when I get ready to start something, they're there waiting for me to start them.
Yes.
Wow. And that's the beginning of a seed planted for a new business. It's an idea, right? And you captured it, and it will come up later. And then you'll have access to those domains. That's fantastic.
Right. And for those who don't know, I'm going to say what a domain is. It's the URL that you tell people go to terryjohnsononline.com or go to bizchick.net. That's a domain. You have to purchase them. They're very small costs involved. You can get a 99-cent deal, $2.99, but it's usually under $10. And it's something you can, it's like, I feel like it's putting money in the bank, because you're buying real estate online to say, hey, I have an idea, I have a domain, and when I flesh it out some more, I can go back and start digging up the ground, put the seeds in, and working on that business. Like Carolina said, you grow your online business that way. So that's the beginning point. You need the domain. You need the domain name. You need to own it.
And I agree with you, TJ, because you need to own that domain name more than possibly getting a business license or something else, because you are the first person with that domain, which you're staking your claim. If you're out in the old west and you went out to get some, you put your flag on this property right here, even if you never developed anything on it, it's still your property.
Exactly. That's why I say when we talk about, apps, social media apps like TikTok, and people go, well, I'm not a dancing teenager. My business is supposed to be on TikTok. Go over there and claim stake your claim, get your real estate. You don't have to make the videos. You're getting your brand name on TikTok, on Clubhouse. You can start a new club or whatever it is. You want to stake your claim, and it'll be there waiting when you're ready to put the pieces together. So you don't want to wait until, I want to do TikTok videos on TikTok. And well, my brand name is, whatever it is, and I go over there and that name is taken. So you want to tie everything together. So that's why I would tell people, they're like, oh, I don't want to get on TikTok. You get over there and you get your account so you can save your brand name. Same thing for Pinterest, same thing for any of these other places. You don't have to use it, but you need to get your branding there.
Yes. And we want to welcome Coach Karen to our live stream over here from Facebook. And hey, Coach
Patricia
Karen.
Washington is over here.
Yep, Pat, and I see Sharon, and Sharon is over on our YouTube. Well, no, not YouTube. She's on Facebook as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about, did you notice and celebrate the win? I think we need to put a question mark on there, Terry, on the banner. But did you notice and celebrate the win? It's sometimes we don't think of the small little things when we're talking about a win. And then sometimes we don't celebrate the big ones. We just keep rolling through like that thing did not happen. And everybody else is, ooh, ah, and we keep rolling. Sometimes we don't notice the small or the large.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't notice the win, and we need to stop and notice the win, because the wins are important. They will help propel you. And I'm going to say it again. I have my trusty dandy handy composition book, and I'm marking in the wins, a book of victories, writing your wins down, and then go back and look. And as you're going through the 19 years, like Dry Buzz talked about, you can go back and see where you've come from the beginning to the end, and there's a book of victory for you. Does anybody else have a book of victory already started or done? Coach Karen says, oh yes. Karen, we're also over here on Spaces. If you want to lend your voice, you don't have to be camera ready, but you can join us over, if you're following us on Twitter, you can join the conversation from Twitter, or you can join the conversation from Clubhouse. It is your choice. I like the fact that we have choices.
Oh, hey, I'm amazed. We can talk to folks on Twitter and Clubhouse, and we can, talk to them over here in the chat. This is just exciting to me to be in 5 places right now. We're from Facebook Live.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're on 5 different places.
5 different
Having
places.
this conversation.
And 2 of them have audio.
Right. Last year,
3 of them have video.
And there's interaction on the 2 audio places.
Right. So guys, if you want to know how to do this, just, inbox us and, we'll help you out with this. But we love, as Francine says, playing in the sandbox over here at Biz Chicks.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's how you learn.
Yes, Karen says, wow, choices. Choices. You ladies are big time. Thank you, Karen.
And on your composition book, your victory book of victories, you want to put a date.
Mm-hmm.
Like today is the 15th, so put the 15th. Hey, Karen. Yeah, Coach Karen is going to come in and have a. Go ahead, Karen. What are you talking about there?
Oh my gosh! Every time I come host and die myself in laughter. Book of wins. Wins are, oh my gosh. Wins are so important. I always say to people, like, write it down. Don't depend on the memory, right? To keep it, write it down. This morning I was telling Mom, because all weekend I was on birthday weekend. So I'm back to work today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, beautiful.
And I was telling my mom, I said, I was looking
Happy
at
birthday.
Oh, thank you. I was looking at this list and she was saying to me, she goes, didn't you write it yourself? Why are you looking at the list? I said, because the amount of things I got accomplished off the list, there's just like 2 that is not accomplished yet. And anytime I look at my list, which eventually goes into a book, I'm always amazed of all the accomplishments. And I tap myself on my back because I get to really relive it a little bit and remember the process of it, if you will. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it reminds us that we've accomplished something. When sometimes you can be discouraged by what somebody else is doing, or I'm not doing what they did, and it seems like what they're doing is so much big. But then you go back and look at your stuff, and you're like, wait, I did do something.
That is so true. You know, when I started my cleaning business, I wanted 60 clients. I'd written it in a book and I would write it to myself on a daily basis and check in with me. And then one day I looked down and I had 65 clients and I was like, when did this happen? I just stopped right away. I had my happy dance going. You guys know I love soca. I danced my heart out for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then sit down and get back to work, because that moment needed celebrating. That goal that I reached, was like, it was so far away, but then it feels like it would appear overnight. But so I had to pause and celebrate. That's really what I'm saying. I just had to stop myself and say, you accomplish it. So what's next? And then set the next goal.
I like that. So now that you notice the win, now how do you celebrate the win? Karen does a happy dance. How do you celebrate a win? Do you take yourself out to dinner? Do you, go and have fun and do something that you wanted to do? How do you celebrate a win? And this is open to everybody. Hey, Mark. Mark Ward is joining us here also in Clubhouse. How do you celebrate a win? Because sometimes we need to sometimes we need help in how to celebrate.
Yes, I'm over here, and I'm saying to Sharon, this is a win-win. She says, I'm on Facebook with you and in Clubhouse at the same time. Now, Sharon and I went through quite a bit to understand her getting on, walking her through getting on Clubhouse, and she eventually got some help from her son. And so I'm saying to her, it is so important for you to stop and celebrate that, Sharon. And that's a win. That's a major win for her.
Right.
And we celebrate with you right now. Watch this. Woo, girl. Go, Sharon. We love you, babe.
Sharon is going to say something about that. Sharon, go ahead. Let me see. I invited her up.
Did she unmute her
mic? She hasn't invited. She hasn't accepted the invite yet. But when you accept the invite, then you can. There you go.
Oh shoot! I'm reading with my.
Girl, you're on the air.
You're live.
We can hear you.
Connected to adults, not kids, that know where they're going, and the patience and the love that I wake up with you guys. Or, I can't just lay here no more. It's just like I've been dormant, and it's so exciting pushing buttons, and I'm getting somewhere. I have the ideas, and Francine and Terry have told me to write. I got writing all over, but the organization part, pray for me, is coming to light. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I can talk. But I'm everywhere. I'm with you guys. You came on.
Congratulations.
We are so excited for you.
Yeah, so I want to ask, how are you celebrating? How are people celebrating? Karen does a happy dance. Mark, how do you celebrate a win?
I usually go out to dinner, or, back in the days when we did that, or order food.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else on the chat over here, how do you celebrate your wins?
Jamar, is someone talking? Because I don't want to talk over them.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so Jamar has texted me here on Messenger. She says, so important to document wins. leads to milestone celebrations. And she says, look how far God has brought us. And she's got all this, yes,
Right.
we got hearts and horns and everything else going over here in these emojis. Well
Right.
done.
So anybody else want to share how you celebrate your win? TJ, how do you celebrate a win? TJ may be working on a project too.
She probably is at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we reset the room and let people know we're recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not officially. We are recording. Spaces records automatically.
Yes.
And in the Clubhouse, this is recorded. So I want to say thank you. And share with us how you celebrate your wins. Karen does the happy dance. Sharon, you going to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I thank God and just keep hollering and through the house.
Okay, so you holler through the house.
Yeah.
All right.
That is so cool. Because it's all over but the shouting, right?
Huh?
I said it's all about the shouting.
Oh, yeah.
And how long do you celebrate? Like I said, for birthdays and things of that nature, maybe I celebrate 30 days. Major milestones, you might celebrate them for a year. And just bringing back to your memory, this is the thing that we're trying to get across, is that you got to keep in mind that there was a win and that it needs to be celebrated. Keep it forefront when the other things in life comes to tell you that, oh, you're not really making progress. You can go back to your book of victory and look at all of the wins that you had.
Mm-hmm.
And the book of victory does not need to be leather bound with you can make it as fancy as you want, but start out with a composition book, put a date and the win, describe the win, and celebrate that win. Take yourself out to dinner, do a happy dance. Go, Karen.
Yes. Last year I did 30 days of loving myself. And so every single day I just, wrote things that I love about myself, things that I wanted to accomplish and get it done. And I make them just tiny things so that I know I could accomplish them. So for the first week, they were very small. And then I, grow them into larger as the month went on. And it was such a good, freeing feeling, just a guiltless 30 days of, it didn't matter what it was, I was going to love me for it. So even if it was a mistake, it felt like a failure, I was still going to love me for it. So for the full 30 days, I would just post every day on Facebook, whatever that was, and got some people to join in. They didn't post, but they joined in. And, it was good. And they told me that, things that they never thought about, they were able to put it down within that 30 days. Because almost like it forced you to recognize.
Right.
You can love some things on yourself and it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes, I like that. One of the ways, go ahead, Mark.
I will say that, this may sound like frivolous activity to some of the people listening, but I cannot stress how important these kinds of things are, because success really is a process of conditioning. And we have a tendency to always be focused on what is not happening, what is not working, what is not existing. And when you are doing that, you will be blinded to opportunities when they actually arrive, or success when they arrive. So it's important to condition yourself and note victories, because you get more of what you focus on. So if you are focusing on your success, you are going to create more of it.
That's a post right there. You get more of what you're focusing on.
Right. Thank you, Mark. And so as we wind this up so that you can go write your victories, I celebrate, like I might go take a walk around around my Get out in the sunshine and take a walk. That is a celebration of victory for me. I've worked, I've been working on the computer, working online or whatever. I'm going to go take a walk, or I'm going to watch a movie, or I'm going to, sometimes I'll take myself and get a salad or either go to the symphony, do something to celebrate myself. I like Coach Karen taking 30 days to celebrate.
Isn't that beautiful?
Right. So the challenge I'm going to give everyone today is every day for this week, Monday through next Monday, do something to celebrate you. Celebrate you from Monday to Monday. And this is thanks to Coach Karen. Now, Karen can do it for 30 days. Some of us going to have to practice doing it for 7 days and reminding yourself that you are worth celebrating. So any final comments before we sign off?
This was a good topic, Fran. Such a good topic, because for so many people have not been taught how to love themselves and celebrate them because they're being conceited and what have you. So it is really hard. And because I'm in the coaching world, I see so many people who could not, it's like a forced thing when I give them something to do to celebrate themselves and to really see it as a win. I had a coaching client that it took her, never mind 30 days, 60 days to just find one thing. And I had seen so many wins, but she could not admit it's a win for herself. So this is huge. This was a good topic. It's huge.
Thank you, Coach Karen. So we will be back tomorrow. Terry will be talking digital media and social media, digital marketing strategies. So you want to come back in and tune in for that. And Coach Karen will be on with us on Wednesday talking about profits in daily, and that's over on the live stream. I'm not sure if you guys are going to open the room up on Clubhouse, but it is definitely, you need to check in. And then on Thursday, we talk about happy, healthy habits because you need to stay healthy. You can't enjoy your money if your health is not intact, on point. And then Friday, we'll be back here in the Clubhouse and on Twitter Spaces talking about Tech Life Weekly, talking about all the tech in the news, the social media news. We had a lot of news last Friday. It was really good. So
and Grammys, I can't wait to hear what Tachi's going to have to say about the
Grammys
and the Oscars and the award ceremonies that are coming up.
And I didn't even notice them. I don't even remember seeing a commercial for them or anything.
I don't either.
So things are totally different. There's March Madness going on, and did I hear about that? Not much.
Not really.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about all of those things on Friday. And next Monday, we'll be back with another conversation. We just want to say thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us here at BizChix. And if you're interested in following us, you can do so. Our Instagram information is in the profile in both places. We just want to say thank you. And if you want to join up for new tips and tools and strategies to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and build a profitable business that's fun to run, you can text BizChix or text Biz to 33777, and that number is going to change. And just something for you guys to note, that the 5-digit codes for texting are going to go away, and you're going to need to be using a longer number. So we'll be changing that out a little bit later, but for right now, it'll work up and through June. Text Biz to 33777, and you'll get a free standard operating procedures for success, a little PDF to get you started if you haven't already, or if you just wanted to review. So thank you so much. We are going to be closing the room and the space and ending the broadcast. Terry, if you'll do the honors of Brand over there, and I'll handle it.
I just want to say, guys, don't forget, remember, go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.